How to solve questions of PMP. Many of the aspirants have asked me that apart from the group coaching call, it will be good if I can share how to solve PMP question. So in this coaching call, I would say that in this coaching call, I'm gonna solve 10 questions of PMP and I'm gonna share how to solve those questions. So we will take the questions from where we left in our free coaching call and we are gonna share how what is the best way to solve these questions. Okay. So question number one. You are managing a project that is nearing closing. The project team first went through the okay the first the project team went through which stage and quickly moved into which stage and then passed through which stage. So the question is asking directly about the tuckman ladder. We know that tuckman ladder, how the tuckman flows. First the team come, they form, then the team go to the storming phase, then the team goes to the norming, then performing, and then adjourning. Forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. So let's look here. We will use our golden rule of elimination technique. Okay. So forming, norming, no. Forming, norming, no. Forming, storming, yes. Forming, storming, norming, performing, adjusting. We don't know any word like adjusting. So here the concept understanding that flow is very important. So this I can cross. So D has to be the answer because all three are not the answer. So forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. Perfect. This is the right answer. We know this is the flow of Tuckman ladder. Very important. You can get the same question in a various way in drag and drop questions. So try to solve it into that way so that you can also see that. Okay, question number two. So normally I recommend reading the last line first. What type of input would this software be considered? Now, although the question exam will not ask about input, output, and tools and technique as per se, but it is important to understand what type of input would this software be considered. Okay, data analysis tool, this is more of a tools and technique, so I would eliminate it straightforward. OPS, it can be. Project document, it can be. EEF, it can be. So this is the benefit of reading the last line first. You can eliminate straightforward one option without even reading the remaining question, but never answered without reading the question because the context of the question can be changed. So let's see. Your organization provides all project manager and advanced scheduling software to assist in the creation of accurate project schedule. So what is really being asked here? This software is being provided. So the question is asking what this software is a part of. Now we can eliminate project documents. We are left with OPS and EEF. We know OPS are policies, procedures, tools and technique, and all those things. Whereas EF, enterprise environmental factors, have in them database and most importantly, project management information system, which consists of how all the communication will be done, which software will be used. So here, this will not be the answer. This will be the right answer. Option D will be the right answer. I hope you understand how we are solving the question and how to use elimination technique in the best possible way. What are the way and how you can solve it in your own way. Each question is important to understand for the PMP perspective and to understand why this is important, where do you stand, and how you can make your own understanding from here. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number three. Okay, so it does not have a last line, so I'm gonna read the question. Which of the following would most likely require negotiation to occur between a project manager and a functional manager. So we are working in a matrix organization, matrix structured organization. So which of them will require, like, why, what is a matrix organization? Now we have three type of matrix organization: weak matrix, balanced matrix, and strong matrix. Weak matrix is more towards functional organization, and strong matrix is more towards projectized organization. So whenever we say a matrix organization, mostly we mean it balanced matrix. So what do we have in balanced matrix? They share the power in between them, they share the resources in between them. So that things need to have a negotiation between the two parties. So let's go with the option first. In every question, very important is to understand is the problem, what is being asked in this question, and how you are going to solve it. So this question is asking about matrix structured organization, and asking what you are going to, what is basically negotiated between both of those people. So let's see with the option: evaluating the result of a quality report. Maybe, but why do we have a negotiation there? So if you are working, if you have set quality standards, if the even the functional manager was related to quality, if it was agreed and quality report is produced, I don't think so that will be the answer. Acquiring resource, yes, it's a good answer. Seeking assistance with the project scope, I don't think so. Once we talk about the project, that domain belongs to the project manager, and if you have agreed to the scope, then it is not gonna change. Signing off on a project completion, again, I would not suggest that signing off in a the project completion can be something where both parties share their goal, because that is written in the project charter. So acquiring the resources is something which we can agree between the both parties are sharing something. So that's a good answer, I would say. Okay, let's move to question number 3. Again, we don't have last line. So sometimes you can also read the options, like I'm giving you different examples, but one thing remain the same: what is problem and how you are going to solve it, like how you will solve in your project, what way you will use, in your words, how you are going to solve it, and then using our beautiful elimination technique. Okay, cost of quality, measure of design, control. So this is talking something, like from the option, it seems like the question will be related to quality more probably. Which terms define all the cost and investment? All the cost and investment spent to prevent non-conformance to the requirement incurred over the life of product. Okay, so now understand the question, what the question is really saying. The question is actually asking, now which of these is going to cover the cost of quality? In other words, which is going to cover this money spent and all the costs that will spend during the project to cover all these things. So simply, cost of quality is the answer. These are not the answer, but even you get a option as the right answer and that is your answer, still using elimination technique is highly recommended. So if I put cost of quality, it is a cost that you spend, like in order to build a quality. So you have cost of conformance in it and cost of non-conformance. Cost of conformance is more of a money spent uh, to avoid any kind of, like more of a preventive cost, money spent to avoid any kind of failure. This is more of a reactive cost, money spent due to failure. Okay, so warranty also come here. Okay, I hope these questions are making clear to you, like there is different way to solve each question. Each question have its own value, how this question is going to solve, how this question is going to solve. But as a bigger picture, all the question must be gone through elimination technique. All the questions must go through the way how these things
As a bigger
must be settled. So this is an important thing that you need to understand. Okay, so my net is getting slow, so I am removing it. Okay, maybe from LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn, remove. Just bear with me. Okay, Facebook, remove. So now we are only live on YouTube. Okay, good. So let's move to the next question. Okay, question number 5, I guess. Midway through what should the project manager do next? Now, this is the power of when you read the last line. When you read the last line, you get what should we do next? What is the first logical step? What is the best logical step? So, all those things you can get, like what is the next process, maybe what document to update, something about future, not past, not what you should have done, what you should do next. Create a quality management plan. Okay. Perform a quality audit. Okay. Perform a quality inspection. Okay. Prepare a presentation to management explaining the adopted quality management plan. Okay. So let's go to the question. Midway through the execution of the project, the sponsor contacts the project manager and informs her that he is worried that the project will not meet the plan quality standard. The project will not meet the plan quality standards. Now, the problem is that, what is the problem? Let us define the problem. The problem is that the project manager, he is worried the project will not meet the quality standards. So it will not meet the quality standard. That is the problem that we need to solve. So option A goes out of the box. Option A cannot be the answer. Perform a quality audit. Yes, we perform audit to check the processes, what is happening, where the processes are, all those things. Inspections are more of a deliverable. We do inspection to check the deliverables, how deliverables are doing. So I wouldn't prepare a presentation. So directly perform a quality audit. So if there is a problem in the process and you think that is not being solved properly, so you need to perform audit for that process, and that can solve the problem. Let's go to the last question of today. Okay. What is the most appropriate action that a project manager should take? Go out for a lunch, and refrain from informing the manager about the lunch. Not seems like something a project manager should do. Avoid going out to lunch. Okay. Insist on paying for their own lunch. Okay. Permit the project manager from the seller organization to pay for their lunch. Something about lunch, I can say that for sure, like something about lunch is being there in the question. In general, there's a rule in the organization about accepting gift, so we are more now towards ethics. Gifts. A project manager from your organization is invited to a lunch by the manager of the seller organization. What is the most appropriate action? Now go out for lunch and refrain from informing the man. That seems a nonsense option. Like if they have invited to the lunch, okay, maybe like there are two, three approaches. Let's go to the option. Avoid going out to the lunch with anyone from seller organization. Yes, this seems a good option. Insist for on paying for their own lunch. Okay. Permit the manager from the seller organization to pay. No, it is not about low value, it's more about ethics. So the answer have to be from option B or option C. Both answers are right. Now this is a classical PMP question. Which option to choose? So avoid going out with lunch. I wouldn't recommend that. The best situation is like you go out on the lunch and you pay for your own lunch. Okay, once you pay for your own lunch, there is no limitation on you, like why you are paying for the lunch, what is the reason, and all those things. I hope in these 15 minutes in which we have solved 5 questions, you have understand how to solve the PMP question. Now I am thinking to make this coaching call as more of a bi-weekly, thrice weekly, or once a week. What do you think? What should be the frequency of this coaching call? Do comment and let me know what do you think should be the frequency of this coaching call. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe and do all those things. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.